Hi there, good evening everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here to do the mini-series. This is the final episode of the mini-series we've been running Monday to Friday, which is Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. And so we've kind of doing a comparison, talk about the two bands. They're both very similar. Came out roughly the same time, both metal bands, both having periods of time when they were excelling commercially, other times maybe not as commercial, but some good early stuff and some good late stuff by both bands. Today we're going to do the final episode of the series, which is going to be talking about these two albums, Screaming for Vengeance and Iron Maiden's Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Basically, the reason we're going to be talking about these bands because we're going to be talking about my favorite albums by both bands. So we'll start with Judas Priest. So Judas Priest, my favorite album by Judas Priest is Screaming for Vengeance. This is pretty well known. Most people know I like it. This came out in 1982 and features Rob Halford on vocals, K.K. Downing and Glenn Tipton on guitars, Ian Hill on bass, and Dave Holland on drums. Sorry, I was drawing a blank there for a second. And so that's the classic lineup of this band. I think that's when they were at their peak as far as commercial success goes. And this is a particularly strong album because even though it has those commercial elements to the music, it still's got that heavy elements that they've had in the past and go on to have in the future too. So it's kind of a nice blend of both styles. My favorite track is probably Riding on the Wind, although I do like Pain and Pleasure, Take the Chains, Bloodstone, and Devil's Child. I like all those tracks quite a bit. Originally I liked Electric Eye was my favorite, but Riding on the Wind is kind of the big song for me on this particular album. And that's the reason I think it's my favorite is because it encapsulates the very thing I said. It's got that strong commercial element with a really kind of a deep heavy metal cut that a lot of people like about Judas Priest. So that's my choice for that. As for this album, of course, we know I had earlier in the week as one of the albums for their biggest selling as well. Next up is Iron Maiden's Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. This has kind of replaced the Number of the Beast. I don't know why I drew such a blank there, but it's kind of replaced that album because I kind of like the cover quite a bit too. And from top to bottom, there are no bad tracks on this album. At least on Number of the Beast, there's a few tracks that I never really warmed up to as much as others. It does have more of a commercial sound to it as well. But every Iron Maiden album, at least in the early days, up until, probably right up till No Prayer for the Dying, which is the 1990 album. This one's from 98. All of them had at least one of those kind of songs that got a lot of radio airplay and were more commercial, like Can I Play with Madness on this album, which is fantastic. So this is, I think, Iron Maiden's, I want to say this is their seventh album, sixth or seventh, somewhere in there, probably seventh, that would make sense, right? Released in 1988. Yeah, it could be 6 or 7 or even 8. Released in 1988, like I said. Again, mixed by Martin Birch, so well put together, this album. My favorite track on this album is The Evil That Men Do. I just love this track. But every track on this is good. Moonchild, Infinite Dreams, Only the Good Die Young, and The Clairvoyant. All great under what they would call deep cuts. The Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, very good longer track, a little bit proggy as well. The Prophecy's good. And of course, Can I Play with Madness, which is the kind of big hit. But I would say The seventh, the men, Evil That Men Do is probably my favorite track. I think it's because it's got some bite to it, a lot of emotion. I think Bruce Dickinson's voice is great. I do like the title of the track. I also like the lyrics and the music as well. So that's my favorite. And of course, the members of the group at this stage of the game are the classic lineup: Adrian Smith and Dave Murray on guitars, Bruce Dickinson on vocals, Nickel McBrain on drums, and of course Steve Harris on the bass. So yeah, fantastic album. Love them both. Easily, I think the Seventh Son of the Seventh Son is my favorite, but it's not easily. There's like 3 or 4 albums that are kind of close there. But I think Scream for Vengeance is definitely my favorite album by this band, by Judas Priest. So anyways, that's going to wrap up this series. It's been fun to do. I've been wanting to do it for a few years, but it was good to put it off because there was quite a few albums by both of these bands that I still hadn't got a good grasp of. So I wanted to expand as much as I could on both bands because I love both these bands quite a bit. They're probably my 10th and 11th favorite bands in there. Both of them looking to get in my elite group. I think they both will make it once I get through all their albums. I think it's almost a cinch. And I'm glad that you all showed up for the series. Please like and subscribe. If you want to make any comments about either of the 2 albums today, about either of the 2 bands, about anything I've said, or you want to just give me a list of your favorite songs off of the album and why you like them, you could do that as well. Anything that's within the realm of reason, I will try to answer any questions as well. So please come again for the next series. I'm glad that you've got a chance to enjoy this one, and we will see you next week when I have another series planned, and we'll talk about it then. Take care and have yourself a good one. Goodbye.